Good afternoon, SAISD familia. I'm Jaime Aquino, and I'm excited to come to you via this virtual town hall to discuss the safety and security measures that we have put in place to keep you and all our students safe. Before we begin, however, I would like to take some time to tell you how excited I am to be your superintendent of schools. I've been here for about 3 months, and in this time, I have met dedicated staff and students filled with incredible potential, enthusiasm, and excitement for their future. I want to take this opportunity to welcome our parents and family to a new school year, which begins on August 16. We're looking forward to greeting your children in our schools and classrooms. We promise to take care of them as if they were our own children. Together, we will make this the best year ever. At our recent leadership conference, I challenged all our school leadership teams to dream big and make the impossible a reality. To us, this means that we make it a reality for all our kids to graduate possessing the knowledge and skills to pursue a future of their choosing. The key here is all students, not some, not most, but all. Over the past several weeks, I have worked with my district leadership team and with all campus leaders to ensure that we can deliver on our promise in every school, in every classroom, and for each child. We call this our bold promise. Our bold promise is that San Antonio ISD is an inclusive familia that is the destination for transformational learning that makes the impossible a reality, by demonstrating an urgent and relentless commitment to love, nurture, and teach all our students as if they are our own, so that they realize their power to shape the world. I look forward to talking more with you about our commitment to educational excellence at future town hall meetings. Today, however, with school approaching, I want to focus on safety in our schools, because I know this is top of mind for many of you, and I want to assure you that it is also top of mind for me too. For us to deliver on our bold promise, we first must have schools that are physically and psychologically safe for our students. We believe that whatever it takes, our kids are worth it, and this applies to safety and security as well. In April, when I was considering taking the superintendency, one of the first things I asked for was the district's emergency operation plan. As the leader of the district, I realized my role in overseeing the safety and security of every instructional and work site within our district. And I want to assure you that I take this responsibility and oversight seriously. I was pleased to find a strong plan already in place through the district's comprehensive safety plan called the Multi-Hazard Emergency Operations Plan. This plan describes in detail how the district and staff will work together during times of emergency. It describes resources and assets available to support school. It also outlines planning and prevention strategy, sets expectations for training and preparing for emergency, and it outlines how we will maintain strong communication with staff, families, and the community during times of crisis. In addition to a strong plan, the district is significantly investing in safety. This school year alone, we intend to invest an additional $40 million in enhancing our police department facilities, technology, communication tools, mental health, and training. For security reasons, we cannot share all the details of our district's safety plan. However, we will share key points around our Safe and Supportive Schools program, provide an update on mental health support, introduce new safety measures for this school year, and answer questions you have submitted for the Town Hall Q&A. While we will be sharing many of our safety strategy, I want to anchor the Town Hall in a conversation I had with our administrator at our recent Safety and Security Conference in June. At that conference, we invited a national expert on safety. She shared many things to affirm that we are doing everything possible in our district to keep our SAISD family safe. And she reminded us that safety belongs to everybody. There's no single owner of safety, no one department or school that can exist in isolation. Whatever our role as a student, parent, community member, staff, custodian, teacher, or administrator, we are all responsible. Our district is stronger and safer when we all assume responsibility for keeping our schools safe. At this time, I would like to introduce my colleague, Patty Salzman, Deputy Superintendent, who will provide an overview of our Safe and Supportive Schools program.
Good afternoon. I would like to anchor our next section around our SAISD Safe and Supportive School program. The SAISD Safe and Supportive School program is a comprehensive approach to school safety driven by 6 primary responsibilities with an overarching goal of achieving both physical and psychological safety for all people within the learning environment. These responsibilities include promoting a positive school climate, building multiple ways of supporting students who may be struggling academically and behaviorally, which we call our multi-tiered systems of support, conducting threat assessment when incidents occur on campus that threaten the learning environment, ensuring that all staff are well trained, collecting and using data to continuously improve our systems of support and protection, and supporting facility, safety, and security. You will notice that 5 of the 6 components are directly related to preventative measures. Promoting a positive school climate at its core is about building and maintaining positive relationships with our students, families, and school community. There is a substantial amount of research about how a positive school climate can support children by promoting their resilience and protecting them from the harmful effects of negative situations. Our staff frequently engage in professional learning designed to strengthen our collective ability to promote a positive school climate. Topics include restorative practices, mindfulness, trauma-informed training, behavior and crisis management, mental health awareness, suicide awareness and prevention, social emotional learning, self-regulation, and other related training. We recognize that our families play a crucial role in helping us establish a positive school climate, and we value this partnership. In total, our educators filled over 10,000 seats across 118 different offerings in the 21-22 school year. These learning experiences are offered year-round, and while we heavily invest in professional learning, the bulk of the money we spend is on mental health staff. Of the $40 million spent to create safe and supportive schools, $20 million is spent on mental health support services, with 98% of that spent on staff who provide direct services to students. Our team of counseling and mental health staff is 236 people strong. These professionals provide services from mental health guidance to clinical and psychological services. Part of our team of professionals includes the care team. The care team has 4 staff members who are certified or licensed experts in behavior and/or psychology who directly intervene during a crisis. The SAISD Police Department works collaboratively with the behavioral experts to assist students who are in need of medical mental health attention and who may require transport to a hospital setting. When transport is required, 2 plainclothes police officers in an unmarked police car support our mental health staff. The goal is to make sure that the support is therapeutic and as trauma-free as possible. After the crisis, the behavioral experts and social workers work to provide follow-up support in the form of direct services, family support, consultation, training, and coaching. The ultimate goal is to return the student to their learning environment safe and whole. In SAISD, promoting a positive school climate means guarding and supporting our students' social, emotional well-being and mental health, ensuring strong parent engagement, providing social supports for families when possible, and fostering community involvement in our schools. At this time, we would like to share a valuable parent resource created by parents for parents to access important information, including resources for academics, mental health, family needs, and household essentials. This overview will be provided by Leslie Martinez, SAISD parent. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you, Patty. Hi, I'm Leslie Martinez, graduate and current parent in SAISD. I am very pleased today to introduce a new resource for parents, Systems of Care website. This is the result of a collaboration between parents, families, and district staff. Let's take a look. Over the course of the past year, this site was created by families for families. To access, you can visit saisdcares.net. This website connects students and families to 4 resource areas. The 4 resource tabs are Academic Resources, where parents can access information on curriculum and instruction, as well as extracurricular and fine arts programs. The Family Needs Resource tab provides families with guidance and assistance to remove barriers to engagement and support their child's student achievement. Household Essentials Resources tab provides resources that support the general well-being and safety of our families. And Mental Health Resources, which provides resources that support social, emotional, and psychological needs for families. Let's take a tour of one of these topics. Let's look at mental health resources. The full Systems of Care site is available in Spanish and English by clicking on the language button at the top right of any page. After reading the overview description of this topic, we can scroll down and see an interactive list of subtopics. As you click on the title of the subtopic that you are requesting, the tiles will adjust, bringing up the most relevant resources to the top. If you need a resource and cannot find it, scroll to the bottom of any page and send a message directly to district staff, who will get back to you within 48 hours. Our goal is to make sure this is always useful and up to date to meet the needs of families in SAISD. Remember, this resource will continue to be created by families for families. We hope that you find it useful and visit soon. Now let's go back to Patty.
Thank you, Leslie. As we transition to the next section on physical safety, I want everyone to know that we value our families and our volunteers. When you hear about our strategies around physical safety, we want you to know that these strategies are not intended to limit access. Rather, they're intended to ensure that only those people who should have access to the building are permitted to enter. At this time, I would like to introduce Johnny Reyes, Chief of Police.
Hello to all. I am Johnny Reyes Jr., Chief of Police of the San Antonio Independent School District Police Department. I have over 30 years of law enforcement experience, to include security protection in the private sector. I've been employed with the San Antonio Independent School District Police Department for 20 years. I am married to my wife, Michelle Reyes, who is also part of the SAISD Familia, and my son, John Eric Reyes, who closes out my family unit. I share my family unit with you because I want to express the urgency and the importance of my mission and direction of this department. We want to humanize the badge. Yes, we wear the badge and the uniform, but we are human beings first. We're husbands, we're wives, we're fathers, we're daughters, we're brothers and sisters. And please know that this department is committed each day, day in, day out, in protecting the lives and promoting a safe learning environment for our students, our staff, and our SAISD community. Know that in that commitment, we will have an immediate response to any large-scale event or any service call without delay. The San Antonio Independent School District Police Department supports the district mission by ensuring positive relationships with our students, our staff, and our community. We serve as role models, and we have a restorative approach to enforcement versus punitive action. We are committed in serving the district by providing a safe and secure learning environment for all our campuses and district facilities. The San Antonio Police Department is comprised of 72 officers when fully staffed. We operate utilizing 4 different divisions, which are Patrol, Campus, Support, and Police Communications Division. Our Patrol Division is a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year service that we provide for the SAISD community. Our Campus Division operates Monday through Friday and provides on-campus support and extracurricular support during athletic events or special functions. Our Support Division is comprised of our Training Unit, Investigations Unit, and Intelligence Unit. Our Criminal Investigation Unit works closely with the Bexar County District Attorney's Office to close out or to file criminal cases within the prospective jurisdiction, whether it be juvenile or adult sections. Our Training and Recruitment Unit provides mandated training for all SAISD police officers and aggressively recruits new officers to bring them on board. Our Intelligence Unit is comprised of 3 officers assigned to the Fusion Center here in San Antonio. They operate with continuous communication between our agency and other agencies to include federal, state, and local entities. Our Police Communication Center is again a 24/7, 365-day operation. Our staff will continually monitor cameras and alarms during this period. They communicate not only with our officers as a life-saving mechanism, but they have constant communication and instant communication with other outside law enforcement agencies who are responding or when we're assisting them. The SAISD Police Department works collaboratively with other outside agencies to include the Bexar County Sheriff Department, SAPD, FBI, San Antonio Fusion Center, Texas Department of Public Safety, and SA Fire Department. Students and staff participate in training related to safety and first aid, and they participate in required safety drills. There are 4 types of drill that are required by law. These are according to the standard response protocol. They are lock out, lock down, evacuate, and shelter. Lockout is called when there is a threat outside of the campus. It uses the physical structure of the building as protection. The state requires 1 lockout drill per school year. Lockdown is called when there is a real threat inside the school or the safety of the students is at immediate risk. The state requires 1 lockdown drill per semester, which is 2 drills per school year. Evacuate is called when there's a need to move people from one location to another, such as a fire drill. The San Antonio Fire Department requires 2 fire drills in the first month of school and 1 fire drill per month for the remainder of the school year, or 11 per year. Shelter is called when specific proactive actions are needed based on a threat or hazard, typically in the cases of severe weather. The state requires 1 shelter drill for hazardous material and 1 shelter drill for severe weather per year, which is 2 shelter drills per year. We practice these drills and routines because in a true emergency, we default to our level of training. Should an emergency arise, parents will be contacted within 1 hour or as soon as the investigation is completed. This contact will come into the parents via school messenger, so if you have not enrolled in school messenger, please do so. When appropriate, the school will also follow up with an email or a letter. I would like to now move on to some of our physical enhancements and security measures. Beginning with the exterior, we are securing all doors and securing all gates. On the perimeter, we have surveillance cameras at various points throughout each campus. They're equipped with recognition technology to include person, clothing, and item detection. Our physical interior enhancements include secure vestibules and controlled entry points. We have audio door cameras that are outfitted for electronic key check-in, interior cameras that have the same recognition abilities as their exterior, and we require all exterior and interior doors, including our portable buildings, to be secured at all times. Other safety measures include limited entry and exit into our buildings, controlled access for visitors and volunteers, controlled key inventory, safety training for our substitutes, emergency training and equipment, an alphanumeric numbered system for exterior doors to support emergency response, and threat assessments. We are in the process of completing our summer safety audit, and all of our 75 points on our safety audit will be individually checked by the start of school. Mental health training for school police officers. SAISD, who have received this training, is the following. We're at 94% for mental health officers who have taken a 40-hour class. 96% of our police department have experienced a de-escalation techniques class, which is 8 hours. And we are 100% at all required school-based law enforcement training by the state. All sworn SAISD police officers receive mental health training. Several officers hold a mental health proficiency certificate through the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. School-based law enforcement certification is an SBL mandate. Additional law enforcement training, mental health training for all police officers, active shooter response for school-based law enforcement, which is the 2195 TCO mandated course, and also the ALERT, Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Level 1. 100% of all SAISD police officers have completed the SB 11 mandated 2195 course. We are also 100% with all SAISD officers completing the ALERT mandate that was given down by Governor Abbott. Now, if you remember, you've heard this several times. If you see something, say something. Our K-12 anonymous reporting is something that you can use when you want to report anything. It does not have to be a crime. Anonymous reporting is available on our SAISD website by navigating to the K-12 anonymous reporting button and accessing the P3 campus. Thank you for your time, and I would like to turn it now over back to Dr. Aquino.
Thank you, Chief Reyes, for sharing that great information, but more importantly, to making sure our students and staff are safe.
Thank you, Dr. Aquino.
And now, to summarize the key points that we learned during our town hall, over $40 million is earmarked for safety enhancements for the school year 2022-2023. Half of that will be spent on direct mental health services to students. SAISD provides many layers of support for mental health. Our district will meet all safety requirements outlined in state law by the first day of school. The district is also prepared to address any safety crisis. And remember, safety belongs to everyone. Many of you submitted a question to the town hall regarding COVID. We would like to spend some time talking about our COVID-19 precautions for this school year. We will continue to provide opportunities for testing and vaccinations. We know that vaccinations are the most important strategy to mitigate COVID-19. We strongly recommend masking because community levels are currently high. We will maintain strict disinfecting procedures and continue supporting hand washing during the school day. We will continue to use air filtration system. When appropriate, we will ask families and staff to quarantine or isolate. We will continue to follow the guidelines recommended by Metropolitan Health District and Center for Disease Control. I know that many families have submitted questions about monkeypox. We have been in contact with Metro Health, and monkeypox is not spread through the respiratory system. The disinfectants that we use to kill the virus that causes COVID also kills monkeypox. As with any illness, if students or staff are ill, we ask you that you stay home and seek guidance from a medical provider. Wellness leave will be provided for those staff members who have received all doses in the primary series and at least one booster, are able to provide lab-confirmed positive tests. Exceptions for staff approved for a legal exemption, medical or religious reasons. For more information regarding our wellness leave, please visit the School Safety tab linked off the SAISD homepage. At this time, we will open up our town hall for your questions.
Hi, SAISD familia. Thank you for joining us at our town hall. We apologize for the technical difficulties and we thank you so much for your patience. We had previously recorded the message so that we could make sure that our town hall fit within the time allotted. And I'm glad we did that because unfortunately our superintendent, Dr. Aquino, had to leave. He's feeling under the weather. But I am here with Chief Reyes to address some of your questions. So at this time, I am going to address questions, some of them that were submitted prior to the town hall and some that were submitted during the town hall. One of the questions that we received is whether there will be any locking mechanisms in exterior buildings such as gyms and in areas where someone may not be able to see on the other side of the door, such as in cafeteria areas. At this time, we're in the process of installing our A phones. Those are the ones that you see at the front of the buildings that have a camera that will buzz into the office and someone has to permit someone into the building. So we are going to equip all of our external buildings with those A phone cameras. Another question that came up was a question about COVID vaccines and whether COVID vaccines will be mandated. At this time, we are highly recommending everyone receive their vaccines because we know that that is the best way to mitigate the effects of COVID. And so that is what we're recommending for all staff and all students. We are also, there's a question about whether we will have mandatory mask wearing. And I want to reiterate what Dr. Aquino said in the video, and that is we're recommending mask wearing for students and for staff. We know that that is what is recommended by Metro Health, especially when the positivity rate is high, which it currently is in our community. As always, we are aligning our recommendations to the CDC and to Metro Health. And so we recommend you continue to ask us those questions. As we receive them, if we can't answer them, we will check in with Metro Health. And there was a question that was submitted prior to the town hall that we were able to follow up with Metro Health about. I know we have quite a few early childhood teachers asking about carpets. You'll recall that when COVID started, we removed many of the carpets from our early childhood classrooms. We asked Metro Health whether that's a practice we should continue, especially in light of monkeypox that's been weighing heavily on our parents' minds. And at this time, Metro Health is saying they do not recommend that we remove carpets. I know we're going to have some early childhood teachers cheering because that's not warranted in this case because the viruses that cause these illnesses are highly susceptible to ultraviolet radiation and also highly susceptible to the disinfectants that we use. So Metro Health is saying it is not necessary for us to remove the carpets, but it is important for us to routinely clean them. Okay, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Reyes for a couple of questions that have been submitted that he is going to address.
Thank you, Ms. Salzman. Hello to all. Thank you for being here. One of the questions that was brought up is what type of training is provided for all SAISD staff in regards to active shooter. What the staff has provided is the CRAZE training, and it's the civilian response to active shooter events. That was created by Alert. Also, our police officers undergo rigorous training also under Alert, which is basically the standard response that we do for any type of active shooters. We're about 100% in our department for all officers who actually taking Alert Level 1 or the SBLE mandated 2195, which is again an alert-based type training. The staff also receives training under the standard response protocol that was developed by the I Love You Guys Foundation. And if you'd like to look at any of that, that can be found at iloveyouguys.org. Another question that was posed was, will the district police department or the district provide officers at elementaries? At this time, due to staffing, we cannot equip every elementary with police officers, but we do have a direct and an aggressive plan that we're going to roll out next week, the start of school, with high visibility patrols and walkthroughs of the campus. Any other questions?
I have another question here, and it is about whether we will continue with our weekly COVID testing. And we are continuing our partnerships with organizations that can provide testing. I do not have a schedule for you, but I can assure you that we are continuing to work on that. We may not have them at every site, but we will publish that information on our school safety webpage that you can access by going to the main SAISD webpage, clicking on the button at the top called School Safety, and that is where you will find information. We also have on our employee page a COVID button specifically for teachers, where you can go and find all the information organized specifically for teachers. We have a teacher and administrator button. We have a staff button. So if there's information that you would like for COVID that you can't access from this Q&A or from this webinar, this town hall, you are more than welcome to visit that website or submit your questions to us on that page. There'll be a place where you can submit COVID questions that we can respond to. We'll also create a Q&A for any questions that were submitted that we may not address during the town hall. Some of the questions that were submitted are not directly related to the safety and security, but we want to make sure that we address all of the questions. We have a question regarding parents and visitors, and we did address in the town hall. Again, we want to be very respectful of our families, and we want to welcome into the learning environment. And so we're working with our administrators on campus to ensure that our parents are aware that we will be checking identification. And again, that is specifically for the purposes of making sure that only those people who should be in the building are permitted in the building. It is definitely not intended to deter any families or partners that may be working with us. I know teachers and campuses have quite a few partnerships with people who support us in the learning process, and we don't want to discourage that at all. And with that, I believe that concludes the questions that have been submitted to the town hall. We thank you for joining us. Again, please visit our COVID webpage and submit any questions that you may have via that page. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll post this video in case you have other colleagues who are not able to see it. We will post it to our webpage so that you can even view it again if you would like. Thank you so much.